Look who's actually showing up now versus who's leaving. As a lesbian who did this myself, left the left back in 2019, I can tell you exactly why this is happening. Welcome to another psychological deep dive. Black and LGBT people used to be the easy ticket grab for Democrats and progressive politicians back in the day. Now, in 2025, we are seeing more of them running for their lives. Here's why this is all happening now. Number one, they are realizing that not only is it no longer making sense.
Are you a racist, fascist, Nazi lover?
No, I have a black friend.
But it is not cool. I mean, unless you think this is cool. For the better part of the last 20 years, LGBT people and black people have been major trendsetters in Western culture. Hip-hop soared. Gay marriage was legalized. Everyone knows how cool gay parties used to be. The outcasts became the cool kids. The only problem with that was that part of being the outcasts was, going against the grain, right? Not having the government up your ass. Not having every single mainstream media lie on your behalf, protesting for some bullshit that doesn't even make sense just because it's on their side of the aisle. Something was off for quite some time. And being the outcast certainly didn't look like almost every single person at the No Kings protests this past weekend. Hundreds of accounts on X, Facebook, and TikTok kept pointing out that around like 95% of these people were old and white. Over and over and over again, we keep seeing these videos posted. Literally video after video proving these X posts to be true. Now, I don't know if these people are like retired and they need a little bit of extra money and they're getting funded to protest by George Soros or something like that, or if they're just simply sitting in their nursing homes being glued to CNN, or if they're hippies trying to like relive the 60s. Whatever the reason is, we are not the only people. Americans are not the only people that realize this.
I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with these No Kings protests, mate. But one thing I've noticed is these people are all old.
It is almost exclusively all old white people.
I've never seen this many old white women in one place, reliving the old hippie days, mate. But this time they're protesting some kind of mythical king that doesn't exist. Look at these ones. Looks like they just got resurrected. Probably smells like mothballs and soap. Are these the heroes that are going to topple the government tyranny?
Literal survivors of Mao's communist revolution have also taken note. Z Van Fleet posted, "Just came back from the No Kings rally in DC. Here are my observations. It's true, I did not see a king. The crowd was not that big and street parking was not hard to find. Majority of these people are white. There are too many older people, 60s, radicals, I guess," which is what I said. "There were so many costumes, it seemed like a Halloween party." Somebody also mentioned the fact that in New Haven, Connecticut, about 30% of the population is black. And there were very, very few black people at these events. Same situation in Atlanta where 50% of the population there is black. Almost no black people to be found though. Because you and I know the truth is black people have been walking away from the Democratic Party for the past 6-7 years or so. Look at this study from Pew Research. Trump won 2024 with a voter coalition that was more racially and ethnically diverse than 2020 or 2016. Trump won 15% of black voters, up from 8% 4 years earlier. Funnily enough, these people built their entire brand on representation, and now the people that they're claiming to represent don't even want them. And this goes for LGBT people as well. You and I know that it's not the right converting people. It's not Trump supporters, it's not people converting to the Trump religion. It is the left pushing them away. A ton of people are realizing that black people and LGBT people's votes were taken for granted for years. People have been waking up little by little. And again, not just the fact that a lot of what the Democratic or Progressive Party was spewing wasn't making any sense, but again, it's also no longer cool. I mean, imagine running through the streets and posting a black square on your Instagram saying Black Lives Matter, burning up cities while not focusing on the black on black crime and welfare state that the Democrats love to keep black people in. What about them saying that they are the loving and tolerant side of the political aisle, yet they kick people out of pride events because they voted for Trump? Hi, that was me back in April. I mean, if you start with the women and the children, most people in society, in insane society, aren't going to be okay with that. Focusing on the transing of the kids while the absolute state of the economy was trash. Turns out people care more about sanity and safety than slogans. Number two, they're seeing that overall, this made the country worse. Absolute demons wearing shirts that say "Make assassinations great again" and having booths that said Charlie Kirk had it coming. Like, who would want to be part of this devil shit unless you're like demon yourself. More and more people are coming out on TikTok and other sites wanting to put an end to the division. They're seeing that this hate is almost 100% media induced. One of my new favorite follows who has been making the rounds, showing up at these types of events and showcasing the way the left has been treating her, and specifically making a really important point to tell people to stop living on the plantation, meaning stop letting Democrats control you and keep you down.
Don't be mad, her president won.
Get off the plantation! White people need to come off the plantation! Get off the plantation!
You be that white man, come you that white man. You ain't that region, man. Oh, good Lord. Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Listen to this woman who recently woke up.
9 months. And I'm seeing videos from Chicago, DC, where people are like, yo, I feel safe. My kids feel safe. This is the best thing he ever did for us. So what was happening all these years that this shit, like literally I've known DC and Virginia to have this type of shit going my whole life. And I'm in my 40s, okay? Almost touching it. So what was really truly going on? If a motherfucker became president 9 months ago and cleared that shit out with just a flick of the pen, I'm just thinking, like, did y'all really ever care?
She's asking the right question because these areas are controlled by Democrats. But the best way to understand people is to pay attention to their incentive structures. Democrats are not incentivized for Black Americans to do better. If you think about the Democrats' platform, it's about making everybody a victim. If you're Black, the system's racist and it's against you, and we are the people who are going to fix that problem for you. Those Republicans, they're racist. If you're gay, they don't like you because you're gay. If you're a woman, they don't like you because you're a woman. If you're an immigrant, they don't like you because you're an immigrant. And again, back to Black people, the reason you're struggling is because of history, racism, and the system. It's not your decision making. It's not you making poor decisions. But here's the thing. If they can keep you focused on everything except accountability and your own personal agency, that makes you a perpetual voter for Democrats.
I mean, the mayor of DC even recently thanked Trump for cleaning up her city.
But for carjackings, the difference between this period, this 20-day period of this federal surge and last year represents a 87% reduction in carjackings in Washington, D.C.
Remember Karine Jean-Pierre, the Black lesbian DEI hire ex-press secretary? Even she is leaving the Democrats.
Hi, I'm Karine Jean-Pierre, and I am the author of a new book that's coming out this fall called Independent. It's coming out on October 21st, so please do grab it.
The Florida Democratic Party is experiencing turmoil after state minority leader Jason Pizzo announced his departure, declaring the party dead. Remember, the normal gays, like myself, have been awake for quite some time now. People are just kind of changing the station, tuning into us now. This lesbian nails it.
Why I am no longer on the left, even as a lesbian. What I have observed is that the community pretends to fight for inclusivity, diversity, and freedom. But I've seen with my very own eyes for years now that realistically they fight for one-way thinking, the demonization of specific groups that are other than them, and the cancelization of freedom of speech. They say they care about human life and people who are victims of war, but advocate for the killing of the most vulnerable type of human life form in existence. They fight against the legalization of guns, but cheer when guns are used to assassinate a man who simply had a different opinion.
Intolerant and not inclusive. I've been thrown out of a gay club 3 times for supporting President Trump because they don't agree with me, because they're intolerant. Yeah, the gay community that wants respect, that wants people to accept them and embrace them. But they don't embrace me. They don't embrace me.
And to those who are awake and haven't yet gotten the balls to come out with it, I want you to listen to what my friend Becky has to say.
All right, listen up, Buttercup. If you ever find yourself nervous, like you're nervous for backlash if you speak about your thoughts and your opinions, your values, your beliefs, your morals, what you think is right and wrong for this country, if you're nervous about the backlash, like this is where it's coming from. Like that's the guy in your comments telling you that you're stupid. It's the parents of this child who's stabbing an effigy of Donald Trump. They're the ones in your comments telling you that you're the problem, okay? That's where it's coming from. It's Miss Crazy Eyes right here telling you that you're insane. It's this group of adults cheering as a little girl beats an effigy of Donald Trump. They're the ones telling you that you're the issue. It's people who say stuff like this.
Jeffree Star is also one of the more recent gays to come out as leaning more conservative.
Charlie Kirk was just like, what is going on, dude? For speaking the truth, that's what happened? Are you fucking kidding me right now? If you watch me daily, we don't really get political in this room. We're all about positivity, makeup, sarcasm, jokes, trolling. This is a grown man who fought for the truth, who went all around our country debating people of all walks of life, walks of religion, walks of sexuality. He debated everybody. And if you're in here saying it wasn't the truth, you are a they-them loser. You are one of those people who doesn't want to live in reality.
Number 3, almost nobody on the left even knows what they actually stand for. I mean, think about it. You're protesting no kings, but love a good Nancy Pelosi, who has been serving for 38 plus years. Keep in mind, she's made over like $200 million while in office. Benny Johnson said, the average reign for an English king is 18 years. Nancy Pelosi has been reigning in her office for nearly 40. Yet, Nancy Pelosi posted a video attacking Trump for being a king. Trump has been in office for 4.5 years. Pelosi has been in office for 38. Trump is term limited. Pelosi is thinking about running again in 2026, and she's also 83, 84 years old or something like that. Nancy Pelosi's No Kings video might be the biggest self-own of the year. Also, the amount of people that can't name like one single way, just one single way that Trump is a king or king-like is insane.
You're at the No Kings protest today. I was wondering how President Trump has put your freedom in jeopardy.
I wouldn't say my freedom's in jeopardy.
So whose freedom's in? Why are you out here at the No Kings protest, I guess? I was wondering, what has President Trump done to put your freedom in danger?
We have something come to this.
I think we're out here at the No Kings protest and we're asking all the important questions.
Such as, if Trump was elected, how exactly is he a king?
Because he is trying to take control of everything. Like his checks and balances are not working, so he is just trying to completely disregard the Constitution.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of amendments have been kind of overcome, like in a way that they're not supposed to be.
I would say that it's because even though he was elected, I agree, due process, he got what he got elected fairly, sure, but he's doing things that make him a king. Like he's taking away, civil rights.
That's a great question. I don't particularly think he's a king. It's how people are viewing him as.
And this is in different parts of the country, by the way. I remember back in 2018, a friend of mine came up to me and asked me why I hate Trump. And I honestly couldn't give an actual answer as to why. And that was the beginning of my waking up. Why did I hate somebody, but not know why I hated them? That was the moment that I realized I was being brainwashed. I didn't know where it was coming from, but I knew it was happening. And remember, there were a lot of ways people are brainwashed. I made a video about it, I think maybe a year or two ago. And all 6 of these points mentioned are constantly used by progressive and Democrat politicians and media outlets. Number 1, the us versus them mentality. Number 2, group defensiveness. Number 3, a common group enemy. Notice how none of these people are actually ever in defense of their own policies. They're just anti whatever Trump does. Number 4, self-protective language. Number 5, group isolation. If you even think about being friends with a Trump supporter, if you even think about talking to a Trump supporter like this girl did back in June. She was talking to me at Pride and started crying because I was going to post the video, which isn't, you don't even agree with me. You're just afraid to be seen with me. That's group isolation. That's insane. And number 6, mental weakness. I mean, that's a given. People are waking up. They are seeing who is actually helpful and who gives a shit versus who is just performative and controlling. And at the moment, it happens to be a ton of minorities, which is great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe. I post videos twice a week covering controversial topics that a lot of YouTubers are afraid to. Other than that, I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, I love you, love yourselves. Keep calling out the bullshit. Bye.